Good evening, everybody. How's it going tonight? I'm Goth Cat. I am a cozy streamer. We talk about mental health and grounding and all kinds of ritualistic stuff. So I'm glad you guys could join me tonight. This is our last stream for the year, so I'm really excited about that. And tonight we're just closing the year softly. So glad you all could join. If you want to follow my socials, I am on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Kick. Well, not really Kick. I don't stream on Kick much anymore. Blue Sky, YouTube. I'm not really on Blue Sky either. I have accounts there, but I don't really check them that often. But I'm glad, like I've said, I'm glad y'all are here. So tonight we're just taking it easy, slowing down, and just letting the year out gently, because it's been one hell of a year. I know it has for me. I know it has been for a lot of you guys. Especially with the political climate we've had the last few months, and all the stuff that I know that has been done against me, against my fellow trans folks. And we're just gonna sit here, sip our tea. In fact, I'm like, I need to put my leg rest out so I can, there we go, get my leg rest so I can just sit comfortably. Because that's what this stream is all about. It's just being comfortable. And I have broken a nail. So before we start anything, what's everybody's New Year's plans? You guys have a big party or anything? I know I've got a party tomorrow night that I'm going to, and it's like gonna be the first party that I've gone to with like this persona, with this slow, soft dom almost kind of personality. And I'm kind of excited. I've made a lot of changes this year. I'm trying to get my health back in order, and it's been going really, really well. Really well, except for my one little vice is, this little thing. So I got an itch. So, yeah, it's been going well. I've changed my diet. I found something that works for me. I'm very happy that I have found something that works, because for a while it wasn't working. So I can't see myself on screen. Just want to make sure my framing's right and everything. I check my microphone. That's like one of the things that I like rarely do. And I'm hoping that we have good connection tonight, because like earlier this afternoon, my internet connection was horrible, and it took me like an hour to upload my year in review videos to Instagram and Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, that took a bit. But I'm glad that we're up and running now. I did a few speed tests before getting on stream. And we should be coming up on an ad break really soon, but I'm looking. I don't want to run an ad break just yet. I'm gonna snooze. Because I don't want to do an ad break just yet. I want to talk to you guys and just get settled in. So tonight, what are we drinking tonight? I have a spiced chai tea. That's an interesting camera angle. It's almost, you can see right into that cup. Spiced chai tea, and I've mixed it with a little bit of winterberry sparkling ice. Those drinks you get from we have Kroger here. I know there's different names in different places, like Meyer and different names. But here's Kroger, and they have what's called sparkling ice, and it's like a sugar-free water drink, like flavored water. And yeah, I can taste the bubbles, or I can feel the bubbles. But they're really good for me because I need the sugar-free. I like the flavor, and they were putting their Christmas selection on clearance, and so we got a bunch of different flavors that were Christmas themed, holiday themed, and this is the winter berry or winter punch, I think. Excellent flavor, and it really it kind of gives it this mulled cider kind of flavor, because I think it's like those flavors is like mulberry and who knows, probably orange and some citrusy flavors, and it's got a little spice to it, so it tastes really great. So here we are. It's the day before New Year's Eve. We made it, y'all. We made it to a new year. And I don't know about you, but I've been doing my goal setting. I've been doing my planning for the next year. And I'm very excited for the direction that the stream is going. I know you've seen the changes already. And we did a soft launch back in mid-December. So we've been doing this for a few weeks now. And it's been great. I've loved it. I like chatting about these topics without having to perform. And alongside these, I've been doing these affirmations and grounding rituals that I've been placing on my social media, on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. And it's been a really great transition into this new thing. And we didn't get to meet Thursday because it was Christmas and I had family obligations. But I want to talk about one of the things that I got for Christmas this year. My partner, I think sometimes I don't give them enough credit. They see what I'm doing, and I didn't even realize that. A lot of times this stream is a one-person show. I do everything by myself. All the artwork, all of the music and the sounds, I've sourced myself. I've done the artwork. This is my artwork. I mod my own communities because we're small. We're just starting out. It's like we're starting over. And you shouldn't despise small beginnings. And this might catch on. This might not catch on. It's okay. I know I'm making content that people want to see, content that resonates with them. And I'm so happy to be able to do that. So I'm so glad that we can do that, and we can have those changes. So let's just, before we get started, before we get into our topic tonight, I just want everybody to do one thing for me, or actually a couple of things. I want you to just sit in your chair, on your couch, on your bed, wherever you are. And if you've got a hot beverage, I invite you to go ahead and just take a drink of that. And feel its warmth, taste the flavor of it. Let that just draw your mind to the sensations. Just take a moment to savor it. I want you to drop your shoulders, just relax, unclench your jaw. Take a deep breath. And out. Just rest in the moment. All right. So tonight, we're not talking about lessons. We're not talking about lessons learned, goals for the year. That is for you. It's for you to do. If you've done it, great. If not, and if you don't do that, that's fine too. That's fine too. What we're here to do tonight is just close out the year gently. Just let all the weight go away. So, I want to start with some discussion. And chat, you are welcome to chime in, add your input. What is something this year has asked of us emotionally? And I'm going to pin these questions when I ask them. So we are going to pin these. So what has this year? Oh, let's redo that one. I don't like the way that one. I copy pasted. I have these in a list. So let's do this. We're gonna do that one again. And yeah, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I wanted to look right. So what has this year asked of us emotionally? Or you in particular? What are you setting back what are you setting back in this year and leaving behind? And for me, and I talked about it in my last stream, is feelings of failure. Because I felt like a failure. Because, doing this for 10 years, doing this for 5 years, and having the viewership that I have, it's low, and it feels like a failure sometimes. Sometimes I look at that and I think I should be growing faster. I should be doing more. But I really feel like I will grow in my own time. And something's gonna take off. Oh, we have an ad. Music. I'm loving this music. Isn't it so calm and relaxing? So I don't like talking over ads. But I will continue today. Yeah, one of the things that I'm getting rid of is feelings of failure. I've grown a lot in 5 years. Look at my Twitter. I've got over 800 followers now. That's growth. That's no small feat. I've met people. Just look at my year in review on TikTok or Instagram. I've met people. I've done amazing things this year. I bought a car. That and that's something I've never done on my own before. I'm 44 and I've never bought a car on my own. So I'm really excited about that, and I found a vehicle that I liked, and I saw the ad for it and I was like, that's the one. And I went out, I got the money together to get it, and I bought it. And I put work into it. I fixed it up a little bit. I mean, it didn't need fixing. I just made it mine. It's got my personality. I named it Victoria, Queen of the Night. Or Queen Victoria for short. And so I can put that in perspective and say, I've done big things. I'm getting my health in order. I've lost weight. My blood sugar is down, my blood pressure's down. Everything's heading in the right direction right now. And it's because of the work that I put into it. So I've got to put those feelings of failure behind me. Because yeah, I have low viewership. Yeah, people are moving away from this format. People that have followed me before, and people that I won't say they used to support me, but people who have been around. Some people aren't around anymore for whatever reason. I've lost some followers because of the change. But what I can't say is I'm doing this thing. I'm making changes. I'm making differences in people's lives. I'm making differences in my own life. I think that's one of the most wonderful things about doing this format, this stream. So I guess that moves into our next question, is what are we tired of carrying forward? And I'm gonna pin this one. What are you tired of carrying forward? And chat, you are free to chime in anytime. This is your program just as much as mine. This is a place to unload, unwind, and have a hot drink. Although mine's not quite so hot anymore. I made it an hour ago. And I was getting ready for stream. That's one of my stream prep things now, is to make a cup of tea. And this isn't just a prop, y'all. This is I like this. I like my tea. And it's grounding, it's calming. And so let's talk about this. What are you tired of carrying forward? It could be anything. It could be expectations. It could be feelings. It could be guilt. What is it that you don't want to carry forward into the next year? And for me, it's expectations. One of the things that I've always done in my life is I've done things because people have expected them of me. those things have ended in disaster. I'm divorced. And it was because I did what was expected of me. And it was something, I think it's something my parents wanted more than I wanted. And I've always felt like I did it because that's what I was supposed to do. That was not like I was supposed to do, but it's what people wanted me to do. And I mean, it lasted 17 years, and I'm not going to say it's a failure, but it didn't end well. It could have ended worse. I'll be honest, it could have been worse. But for me, I suppressed a lot of who I am in those 17 years. I hid it. I had shame for the things that I did. And the things that were like intrinsically part of me. I had internalized shame over that. And I had to let that go. And so, one of the things that I'm leaving behind in 2025 is this expectation of what people want me to be. And I don't want to live up to their expectations. I want to live up to my expectations. I want to be me, unapologetically. I want to touch people's lives. I want to, just make the world a better place. That's my goal in life. That's always been my goal in life, is to make this world slightly better than when I found it. And so, those expectations, like people expect me to do certain things and be a certain person, I can't do that. I can't do the things that people expect of me because they know me to be this person. And they want me to be their vision of me, not my vision of me. So I released that. I'm no longer going to carry that forward. Another thing that I am tired of carrying forward is guilt. Like toxic guilt. And this goes back to the expectations as well. There are parts of my lifestyle that people say are wrong, that are bad. And, I've seen this meme many a time on like Facebook and places like that, where it says, "Your religion does not prohibit me from living my life the way I choose. It prohibits you from living your life the way you choose." And I've always lived my life the way other people will have chosen. And it's been, it's like guilt and shame. And I don't want to live with that internalized shame anymore. I'm tired of carrying that. So I'm not going to. I'm very openly in this stream, in my social media. I'm very open, transgender. I'm openly polyamorous. I am openly kink positive. I do sex work. but I do it my own way. I do things with my own brand. And so the shame and the guilt associated with being who I used to be and now doing those things, I'm tired of carrying that forward, and I'm not going to anymore. So when you see spicy posts on my socials, on Twitter, if you see links to my OnlyFans or anything like that, I know who I am. And I'm not carrying shame anymore. So that will no longer be carried forward. Let's see. Ooh, let's talk about this. Okay, we're not going to pin this one. But we're going to talk about... I want to unpin this. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about survival versus productivity and having gratitude that we survived and not shame over being unproductive. This is like one of the things that I say all the time is you have permission to take up space. And if all you can do is survive, then survive. If all you can do is survive, then survive. You don't have to do all these great things to be successful. You know, if you're barely hanging on, if you're hanging on by a thread, then hang on to that thread. You have permission to survive. You have permission to live. And please, 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 survive. Live. Be you. You know, not all of us can do the same things that you can do. And you can't do the same things that many of us can do. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own things. And so, you know, do what you can. But don't beat yourself up because there's something that you can't do, or there's something that you didn't do. Instead, be thankful that you are where you are. You're learning the lessons that you're learning. And one day, you will be who you want to be, who you dream to be. All right, let's do a few of these. I'm gonna do some one-word prompts or one thing. So let's do this. One word for how this year felt. To me, this year has felt so chaotic. And so that's my word, chaotic. There have been things going on in politics, in the world, in health, medicine, technology, and sometimes it feels like we've taken 3 steps back, or we've jumped back 3 decades, 4 decades, 5 decades. And so for me, this year has been chaotic, so chaotic. Things change. You know, let's look at our political climate. First we have tariffs, then we don't have tariffs, then we do have tariffs, then we don't have tariffs. You know, we haven't been able to like ground ourselves on anything politically. And, you know, with all the violence and people being kidnapped, essentially, let's call it what it is. And just the hate in the world, and the I'm looking for a word. The facilitation of it by our government, that people feel comfortable enough to openly hate and openly celebrate violence towards others. It's a horrible thing, and I feel like that's part of the chaos. Yeah, it's like what is safe? What feels safe anymore? So my nose itches. I need to scratch. So, you know, chaos reigns right now. Should we go to the next one? This one might be a difficult one. This one's harder for me. So, one thing you're glad is ending. What is one thing I'm glad is ending? This year. My old format. Yeah, this year. I'm glad it's a new year. That's probably like the main thing. See, this is a tough question for me. Because I don't really know like what's ending. A chapter of my life. I can talk about more beginnings than I can endings. There are things that I'm excited about starting, but ending, it's just like, hey, we survived another year. I'm glad this year is over. It seems like since 2020, every year has been the worst year ever, for whatever reason. And I feel like it just keeps getting worse and worse. By the way, you guys like this music? It's from, I use this app called Pretzel Rocks. It is all stream safe. They even have some YouTube safe tracks that you can even download at a certain subscription point. I really enjoy this because it's got so many different different sounds, different styles, genres. So tonight I decided to pick like chill guitar. It's been great. And if you like the vibe, of this stream, feel free to subscribe to the stream, join my Discord. There's a link in the chat for the Discord. So feel free to do those. If you can't subscribe, or if you can't afford to subscribe, but you have Amazon Prime, you can always use that. But, any way you can support the stream. And, one way to support the stream is just by being here, sitting with me, talking with me. That's what we're here for. This is our time. This isn't my time. This is our time. It's your time. So if you like the vibe, I invite you to come in every Tuesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central, and sit with us for a little while. You don't have to talk. You don't have to do anything. You can just listen to me. You can listen to my voice. You can ground with me. There's plenty you can do to help support the stream. So, I know that last question was a little bit lackluster, wasn't it? So, I think this one is really... This is the kicker, I think, for me. And I might get a little emotional over this one, I don't know. So, one thing you're quietly grateful for. Like, truly grateful. Something that you have, something that you've done, an experience that you've had. Or maybe it's something that you're able to do. Or something that you're doing, or even, future goals and dreams. What are you grateful for? And, one of the things that I'm grateful for is this inspiration. This inspiration to create and have a space that is affirming and positive and full of light and love for people, full of compassion for people. And for the ability to do this every week in multiple forms, to be able to touch lives and sit with people and speak with them and let them know that they can be just who they are. That they can have whatever emotions they have. They can be joyful, they can be sad, they can be angry, and it's okay. It's okay, because you are you, and it doesn't matter. You are allowed to take up space. You're not too much. You are you. And so I want you to take that with you. That you are you. There's no one else like you. There are people who have had similar experiences, similar backgrounds, but there's only one you. I mean, even if you're a identical twin, there's still no one just like you. You know how I know? I'm not identical. I'm not an identical twin, but I do have a twin. I have a twin brother. And even though we have similar interests and similar ideas, we're very, very different. And yeah, we live in different places. Over the last 20 years, we've had different life experiences. So, even if you're a twin, there's still no one else just like you. Okay. Alright. Alright, we are back from the ad. So that we kind of touched on this earlier. What is one thing you're releasing with the year? Like, let's name it. Let's name this. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to fix it. It's very important. You can just let it stay right here. If you name that one thing that you're letting go this year, for me, it's expectation. And the guilt and shame behind not meeting other people's expectations of me. So, now I'm kind of thinking this out loud. I'm doing these. I don't prep a whole lot for these streams. So I'm doing these kind of as you are as well. But I would say the one thing that I am leaving and releasing into this year is internalized shame for not being what people expect. I'm going to say that again. I'm releasing internalized shame for not being what other people expect. So yours might be different. You know, you might be releasing, financial worries. You might be releasing financial fears or health fears. Or you might be releasing bad habits. Either way, anyway, just release it. Let it go behind you. Leave it in this year. And start 2026 anew. So, if you had that thing, you've named it, then let's just pause for a moment, take a breath, and release that. However you need to do it, if you need to say the words, I release this, I release this thing, then do that. I feel lighter. I don't know why I'm getting all sniffly all of a sudden. So we are getting ready to close out tonight. So I just want to reassure you, this is a new year. You don't have to rush into it if you don't want to. You can take your time. You can plan it out. You can wing it. Doesn't matter. You don't have to rush into it. And I would even say, take your time. I would advise not rushing. Because, that could be disastrous. So, if you have a plan, execute your plan. I'm not saying don't do the things that you have planned to do. What I'm saying here is don't rush it. Don't start your plan today and expect results tomorrow. And don't get discouraged if your plan takes longer than you anticipate to reach results. If your plan is to grow your following, let's say your plan is to gain 1,000 followers and you have 100. Don't be discouraged if by mid-year you have 150. Growth is growth, and we all grow at different rates. And we may see someone else's growth and aspire to that. That's okay. It's okay to aspire to be something bigger than yourself. But don't get discouraged because someone else has this success and you don't. Keep going your own pace. The saying today is stay in your own lane. And so, don't be disappointed if something doesn't quite work out the way you want it to. Instead, reflect on that. Analyze it. What went right? What went wrong? What could be better? And so, you don't have to rush. It'll happen. It'll happen one day. And then, let's not rush time. Time moves on the same for all of us. We all have the same 12 hours and 24 hours in a day. we all have the same 365 and a quarter days in a year. So let's just not rush it. Because, I mean, that's going to happen whether you push or not. Time's going to move. So, as we end this stream, I want to close with this affirmation. Or this intention. And that is, I am allowed to end things gently. Just like that song. I am allowed to end things gently. I don't have to be loud. I don't have to have fanfare. I can just lay it aside and walk away. I can end things gently. So let's bring 2025 to an end gently and quietly. I hope you all have a great night. We are going to have our second Hearth Thursday, January 1st. So we end the new year with this. We end the year with this, with our Twilight and Tea Tuesday. And then we'll ring in the new year, January 1st, with our Hearth Thursday. And let me give you guys a preview of what's coming up on Thursday. If I can find it. Oh, did I? Oh, no, there it is. So, Hearth Thursday. So today we're talking about ending gently. And Thursday we're talking about crossing gently, crossing the threshold. So we're going to mark the transition into January without pressure, resolution, or performance. So I hope you guys will join me then. And remember, we stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You can always follow my socials. You can join the Discord community. I would love to see you there. I would love to see you on Twitter or Instagram, TikTok, in all of my spaces. I would just enjoy it. I'd love to have a chat with you sometime. So, follow my links on my page. I have links all over the place. And everything links to everything. So, I hope you guys have a great new year. Have fun. If you drink, don't drive. Stay safe. But be sure to have lots of fun. And I will see you all in the new year. Love and light to you all. And have a great night.